Okay, take number 3 for this Sunday Stippling video. I've done 2 videos already, and what I've been doing is I got these from Miss Stippling. This is a microphone, and what I've been doing is this goes in the bottom of the phone. This I clip to the top of my hat. That way you get my voice and you don't get the music. But obviously this has to be dying because halfway through the first video, no sound, and then I switched to the other mic and did the video again, and no sound at all. So it's the mic, it's not the phone. I thought at first it was the phone. I was like, shit, but no. So okay. So first video, I was working on this one, which is Pack Rat. I'm working on this for Shay's art auction, which is on the 13th of July. So I was doing this. I drew this when I was on vacation, so now I'm going to stipple it. So I'm working on that. So I was working on that one because I'm using a brand new nib. So because I was doing a brand new nib, I wanted to see how it works. So I was hitting all these black areas to see if it was working, and it was working. Up here, so you can see how it's working. So I worked on that one. So then I switched to this one, and I was working on this one, which you saw me working on yesterday. And then, okay, so I was working on that one. So take 2, I was still working on this one. So got a lot of work done on this one. So even though you guys don't see it because it was silent, no sound. So now we got it. Hopefully, like I know right now they're playing Queen. Hopefully this video doesn't get struck because of that, or not struck, but like they basically go, we're not going to advertise this video, and you really aren't going to get any views on this video because it's got a copyright claim on it. So hopefully me talking, and hopefully also everybody in the background, speak up guys, can't hear you, speak louder, I need you to speak up. Yeah, I need this bar to be very boisterous right now to help drown out the music. So 3 cons in 3 weeks. Well, that certainly wasn't on my comic book collecting, going to cons bingo card at all. Was not expecting that, but I've had fun. I've had fun at all 3. My collection's a mess though. I still have books from Heroes Con that still need to be put away. If it's an unsigned book, it needs to be put in with the long boxes. It's divided by names, such as like Andy Smith, Mark Durning, and just if it's an artist that I'm most likely going to see at a show because they do the shows that I go to on a regular basis, they get in there, or if it's an artist I really like, they'll get their own spot in the long box. The books that are in the long boxes like that, they have dividers by name. Those are referred to as the most wanted because those are the ones that most want to see them, to have them sign it, or they go back into general population, such as if it's an issue of the Avengers that I didn't get signed, I'll put that in with the regular Avengers books in that long box. So I joke, and it is, yes, my collection is separated by a Dewey Decimal System in a way, because the books that are signed, they go to a separate area with separate boxes, and those are referred to as lockdown, because those are books that I'm not going to sign. As I joked to Miss Stippling, I'm sorry, I'm getting myself tongue-tied. The books, once they're signed, they go into lockdown. Those are books that I have no intention of ever selling. I joked to Miss Stippling and tell her that what these books are going to be worth, that's for her to find out, because I'll have passed away. The last dot will have been laid, and it'll be her. She'll have the task of selling them. So lockdown books, no, I'm not going to sell them. unless I absolutely have to. And I've never come in a situation where I absolutely had to sell any of my signed books. And I don't ever plan on being that type of situation. So, but no, so I've got, and then it's not just bag and board them and put in different spots. The books that were signed, I now need to document them. Okay, so this started last year when, like I said, Miss Stippling was like, well, how am I supposed to know who signed what book? Because I know, because I'm a comic book fan, and I know that James Pascal, he signed this book, even though his signature doesn't look anything like James Pascal. It looks like a scribble. So what I started doing is let's say this is the back, let's say this artwork is the cover and is in the back or board and it's in the bag, okay? What I'll do is I'll take a Post-it note and I'll write penciler, James Pascal. I'll then flip the book over and take that Post-it note and put it in the corner. If it's an odd number issue, it goes on this side. If it's even numbered, it goes on this side. Okay? So that way I now have it labeled. Okay, so that now I know and Miss Stippling knows who signed the book. It also gives me the ability then also to be more aware of who signed what, so that way if I'm going through and I'm putting away the books from Heroes Con and Garden State and Hershey, and I know that let's say I got a book signed by Mark Wade, okay, and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez is the artist. Gives me the ability to either, okay, I know Jose is going to be at Gardens, is going to be at Baltimore, just pull it out now, put it in the short box of all creators that are going to be at Baltimore. Or, like I said, it gives me the ability then, when I'm researching for a show out, this is going to be one out in Lancaster at Christmas time, okay, and I'm researching who's going to be there, and I go, oh, they did that book. I think that book's in my signed collection. I can go to my signed collection, pull it out, and yep, there it is, with Jose's signature already. Or I can just look that book up on CLZ. I've got that online app that Andy Smith really likes, and I can now look and in CLZ, because within 24 hours, 48 hours after the show's over, I'll have everything bagged and boarded and documented with the Post-it notes. I then go and I scan each book to make certain it's in CLZ, and then I go through each book after it's been scanned, and whether it is or is not, I then go into the personal tab, and in the personal tab at the bottom it has the ability for notes. I will then put in the notes, signed by such and such. Now I know that, okay, with getting this book signed at this future con, I now have two signatures. So I'll, on the back, on that little Post-it note, not only will I have who the artist was, but now I'll be writing down who the writer was, or who the letterer was, or whatever. Okay, it just gives me the ability to just double check. So not only do I have a physical documentation of who signed each book with the Post-it note on the backer board of the bagged comic, but it also gives me the ability to have it in CLZ so I can see it also. So it's just two things. It's an extra step, but it's designed to help me out in the future. So, and then of course also it gives me the ability then also just really helps me out. So, but then also, again, putting all the stuff that's unsigned has to get put away. Let's say, I'm going to use this as an example, Greg Land, okay? Greg Land is going to be at Baltimore this year, okay? Yes, he deserves all the harassment he gets and criticism, because he's essentially a tracer, and he just referenced the hell out of stuff. Which, honestly, in some ways I can understand, because I have to reference. I admit I reference very heavily now because my drawing ability is not what it used to be. And I think by referencing my drawings actually getting better, and I'm creating some muscle memory on how certain facial expressions are because of referencing so much. Okay, but that aside, I'm going to see Greg Land will be at the show. Okay, well, I've never seen him before, so I'm going to take 7 books. Okay, 7 books when I go to shows seems to be the magic number. Like some artists, like I know Jose limits 5. So with other artists, I'll take 5, but then I'll take 2 more because 7 seems to be the magic number. They'll be like, oh, okay. They don't get too annoyed when you're having 7 books assigned as opposed to 10, 15, 20 books. Those creators get annoyed. And that's where it's like even creators that don't charge for a signature, they'll start charging because it's so damn annoying. Plus also, let's be honest, a lot of these guys who are getting like 20 books signed and they're getting like 3 copies of the same book signed, they're flippers. Okay? I'm not a flipper. I'm keeping my stuff. Like I said, it's Miss Stippling's job to figure out what this stuff's going to be worth, signed versus the unsigned stuff, because I will have passed away. As I like to say, once I've passed, the last dot will have been laid. Okay? So, I've got 7 books for Greg Land. Okay? I go up to his table, and I see that he's got and I've already decided of those 7 books, okay, if he's charging $5 a signature, which 4 books, because let's say it's $10, because I know it's $10. I'm not spending $70 to have him sign those 7 books, okay? But, okay, so he's charging $10. These 2 books are the 2 books I really like that he did artwork in. Those 2 will be signed. Okay, but let's say I go down there, and for whatever reason, he's now changed. He's now doing $5 a signature. Okay, these 4 books are the 4 that I really like. The first 2 that I really like, and then these other 2. Okay, I always look at it that way, where it's like, get the stuff signed that you want to get signed. Don't go, I need to sign this one because this one's going to be worth more in the future. No. Get the books that you like signed, because you're the ones that got to live with it, and it's your money. Okay, I find it, unless you're a flipper, it's really stupid to spend all money on books that you're not ever going to open up again. Okay, because I do that. I even the books that are signed, I will still open them up and look at them. Because that's the reason why I got those particular books signed, because I liked them so much. So, it just helps me. And one of the things I also do to help is, we'll use Jose. Jose, he'll do 5 books. So, I will put 5 of his books in a Gemini mailer. And in that Gemini mailer, in the upper right-hand corner, I'll write his name on a Post-it note, tape it to the corner, so that way when I get to his table, either I'm pulling out a book bag because it's a small show like Hershey. There's no way you could walk through there with a hand truck with all your books in there. It's just too tight. So I'll have my book bag, just rifle through the book bag, pull out that Gemini mailer, open it up, and have him sign those books. Or if I'm at a Baltimore show or at Heroes Con where you have the space, I'll have the hand truck with the short box. It's a magazine short box full of Gemini mailers, because the magazine box is wide enough for the Gemini mail barrel, whereas a comic book short box is too narrow. So I'll do that. I'll be able to pull out the Gemini mailer real quickly, have him sign, put them back in that Gemini mailer, and they're now protected. Also, by doing the Gemini mailer method, Jose, I pull out the Gemini mailer, and I have him sign it. Well, one of those books that he signed was written by Mark Waid. So I'll have Jose with his name, and then below it I'll put the title of the book and Waid. That way I know that book is in there. But let's go to the Mark Waid Gemini mailer. His name will be there, and then I'll go look for this title, Jose. So that way I know if I'm at Mark Wade's table, okay, I need to stop. I also need to pull out Jose's Gemini mailer and pull that book out for Mark to sign. So it's just, these are things that I do so that way I'm taking up less space and less time at shows. You could say, yeah, it's a lot of pre-planning, but hey, this is how I figured out the best way to do it. So that way, if you have DC does a lot of those secret origin and file books. They did those in the 2000s. And a lot of different writers, a lot of different artists did work on those books. So I've got one of those books, and 3 creators are at the show that did work on it. Okay, that gives me the ability to document it, so that way I know where to find that book. So that way I can get all 3 signatures on that book at the show, and not taking a lot of time or taking up anybody else's time at a table, rifling through all my books trying to find them, and then forgetting or whatnot. So, but that's just how I do it, and I like it a lot. So how do you guys do it? How tell me in the description, if you go to get signatures at shows, how do you separate your books to have signed at the show? Do you just load up your backpack and your back is killing you at the end of the show? Do you take a cart? How do you do the separation? How's your regular collection? Tell me in the comments. Like this video. And when you get home, is your sign book separate from all the other books, or are they just like the Avengers and they're just put back in with all the Avengers, whether it's signed or not? So I'd be curious to know how you guys do it. So leave a comment, let me know. I don't find out unless you tell me. So, but that's how I do it, and I enjoy. I've had great success doing that. So, yeah, this is going well. I think what I might do, see if I was going to color this one, I'd probably be putting blues in here, because that's where the black is on his costume. Then this is maybe I will do that. Maybe when I get home, I'll break out the Copex and I'll just be like, what the hell? I got nothing to lose. I mean, these cards here. Hold on a second here, guys. Let me clean off this nib. I know. I'm almost 20 minutes and I try to stay at 15, but give me a minute. Okay, so for the art auction, it's not gonna be like I go up and go, okay, opening bid is $5 for this card. No, I'll have a bigger piece for you guys to start bidding on, but then let's say you get up to like $30 now, but okay, I'm now gonna add in this Deadpool piece, this original piece, or images trading card size. Now we got up to 30. Now we're up to 50. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in Pack Rat. Okay, so now $50 you're getting the original. You're getting the main piece that I'm auctioning off, plus you get these 2 pieces. Okay, we're going up to 75 now. Okay, now we've added the turtles. Okay, I'm doing this instead of how I pass auctions where I'll have the thank you cards added of all the different lighthouses. I'm now doing this. I'm doing this to hopefully increase the bidding on my stuff on these auctions. So I hope you like that. Remember, Shay's art auction is going to be the 13th of July. That means I've got 2 weekends, and we've got a holiday, which means I've got the 4th of July that I'll be able to work on this. I've got the rest of today, and I've got the start of Saturday. So I don't have much time left, so it's basically this has to be done. This one has to be finished. This one has to be finished. And if I want to do them in time, I've got these 2 that still need to be finished. And I still have the original pieces. They're going to start the bidding. I've still got those 2, those to finish. So I've got a lot of work. Got a lot of stuff on my table. So I'll be busy. And I think what I'll start doing is, I think this week, once I start getting these guys done, I'll start posting them on the Twitters, so you guys can see, so you're prepared for what you're going to have the option to bid on once we have the auction. So, guys, I'll be busy. It sounds like it'll be stressful, but hey, you only just take it all one dot at a time.